Thank you, members of the media. I would like to thank you for firstly positively responding to our media advisory regarding the launch of the Joburg Bomb Squad. And I'm sure you are asking yourself, why are we holding this press conference here in Kliptown, our venue, Kliptown? Well, the answer is simple. During the State of the City address and the budget speech address by both myself and Councillor Arnolds, we emphasized the importance of defining the Joburg we want to see. And of course, in response to this question, the Deputy President, Paul Mashatile, said that he wants to see a clean Johannesburg. It is no secret that our Deputy President has been emphasizing the need to clean up South Africa. And tomorrow he'll be here in Kliptown launching his cleanup campaign in partnership with the South African Local Government Association. And I'm here to ensure that the city administration is working and preparing adequately for the Deputy President's visit. We are carrying government and we will not hide our challenges. As you can see, Kliptown had deteriorated and we are all to take responsibility. Our task today is about how do we fix the square. During the Mayor Cllr in 2024, we as the political and administrative leadership of the city, we came to this very same spot. Our task was to reimagine Johannesburg. The outcome of this process led to the resuscitation of the Council's approved 2024 Kliptown Urban Development Framework, the UDF 2024. For us, this is not merely a plan or on paper, it is a roadmap for transformation. At the heart of this transformative plan is the bylaw enforcement. Development cannot thrive where there is lawlessness. Investment cannot grow where safety and order are absent. Dignity cannot be restored where public spaces are overrun by decay. It is only through implementation we'll be able to see the Joburg we want to see. For us in the community of Kliptown, this means deploying dedicated multidisciplinary enforcement teams to address land invasion, protect infrastructure, regulate informal trading, and ensure compliance with urban management standards. As we celebrate June month, society, especially young people, must hold us accountable for the 50 integrated projects outlined in the Kliptown Urban Development Framework. These projects are aimed at improving housing, upgrading informal settlements, enhancing public spaces, and building infrastructure that supports communities. This will include construction of 43 million Kliptown Multipurpose Center, which is a critical project in our regeneration program. The center will hold skills training, youth development, and community services. A new business precinct south of Kliptown Railway Station to grow township enterprises. Initiatives to support informal traders and SMMEs, improving facilities and access to markets. Strategies to boost tourism, especially around the Walter Sisulu Square of Dedication, creating jobs, and of course celebrating the Freedom Charter. Kliptown is not just a geographical location, it is a symbol of our collective struggle, a testament to our resilience, and a beacon of hope for the future. It was here in 1955 that the Freedom Charter was adopted during the Congress of the People, laying the foundation for a democratic South Africa. This is a sacred ground and a reminder of the sacrifices made in the pursuit of justice, dignity, and equality. Kliptown is the home of our freedom. The world comes to this hotel owned by a black woman, where we are, supported by the Industrial Development Corporation, the IDC. So the world do come here to smell, to taste, and hear the freedom we fought for. The world is watching, and together we can fix our freedom home. And drastic times calls for drastic measures. So the Johannesburg Bomb Squad, under the leadership of Dr. Snooki Zigalala, who's here, I said it will become operational in June 2025. June is here, and it's starting, and its work begins in Kliptown. When the going gets tough, they will apply the military definition of their work, and when hope is needed, the Springbok definition will be applied. And a 1-point win is victory for a nation. What is the work of the Joburg Bomb Squad? Firstly, the Joburg Bomb Squad is our specialized unit that will assist the city to arrest crime and crime in the city, to fight lawlessness in the city, to unlock service delivery bottlenecks and accelerate service delivery. And over and above, ensure that the 3 strategic objectives or priorities are achieved. Secondly, the business intelligence gathering will be at the core of the work of the Johannesburg Bomb Squad. This will be executed by having meetings with the relevant parties or authorities to isolate areas of potential land or building invasions and to propose proactive interventions. And these objectives will be to activate rapid response teams in response to reported service delivery hotspots, to be the eyes and ears of the executive mayor, to activate rapid interventions to address lawlessness in the city, and to execute a minimum program of high impact visibility program. And this will include, but not limited to, the monitoring and fast tracking of the 10 key points as identified and announced by the executive mayor during soccer debate on the 6th of May 2025. Implementation of pothole programs, execution of grass cutting programs, operational traffic lights across the city, elimination of illegal refuse dumps across all communities, fixing of street lights in townships and on the highways, addressing sewer spillage in townships and informal settlements, and formalization of informal settlements. And thirdly, the work of the bomb squad will be informed by adopting a precinct approach throughout the city. An appropriate implementation will be developed to give expression to it. It will also be necessary for the bomb squad to develop appropriate interaction mechanisms with the city's service delivery war room. So the work of the bomb squad will be led by the leader of it, with support from the project management office through the leveraging of existing capacity in city's administration. This work will become operational as from the 1st of June 2025. The administrative support of the bomb squad is to be provided through the office of the Chief Operations Officer. Lastly, members of the Johannesburg Bomb Squad will comprise of the following: Dr. Snookies Sigalala, who's here today with us, Mr. Blake Lefatula. Mr. Blake is a former city manager. He's a former city manager and, of course, an executive in the City of Johannesburg, city manager in Tshwane and also in Ekurhuleni. Mr. Mavela Dlamini, former city manager and executive of the City of Johannesburg. Mr. Trevor Fowler, former city manager of Johannesburg and executive in Johannesburg. Mr. Gerald Dumas, former chief operations officer in the City of Johannesburg and former CEO of Johannesburg Water. Ms. Philisiwe Twala Tau, Salga representative, and she'll also be joining the team. Ms. Vicky Shuping, who's already in the mayor's office, will also be part of the team, focusing in the main on issues to coordinate the work of different work streams that deal with service delivery and urban management. Mr. Reggie Boko, former group chief finance officer of the City of Johannesburg, currently with Gibela, and he'll be focusing on finances of the city to assist us to get the city where we want it to get to. We've also invited Principal Busani Ngwani, you know Ngawini, Alpha. So Principal Ngawini from the National School of Governance and is currently also a member of our Group Performance Audit Committee, So he'll also be invited into the team. We've also invited Dr. Kwezi Mabasa, who's a think tank member of the Department of Trade and Industry and Competition, and will also be focusing on the economic growth aspects. We've also invited Dr. Gumani Chimomola, and Dr. Gumani will be helping focusing on the issues of the economy, focusing on performance and monitoring, which is his strength. And I've also asked for the assistance of Ms. Audrey Mutupi, who comes from she's currently the Chief Executive Officer of Systemic Logic Group. She comes from the banking environment, and we believe she'll be able to add much needed value. The members have not been conclusive. We'll probably be seeing an added 2 members or so in the next week or so that will then complete and the entire bomb squad, which will then begin its work on the 1st of June to assist us to get to turning around the city as we have made pronouncement in the state of the city. And to the residents of Johannesburg, the bomb squad is here. Yes, the operation and work of the Johannesburg bomb squad will require financial resources. And I also call upon all sectors of society in Johannesburg to partner with us so that we can make the bomb squad effective. Planning and waiting for perfection was not an option. We'll continue to capacitate and support the Johannesburg bomb squad as they embark on this work for the next 2 years, which is aligned to the work of the presidential support package. With that being said, we must see the Joburg we want to see, and it begins with us. I thank you. Mr. Vondo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, for that comprehensive explanation. I think, Mr. Mayor, there's been a lot of questions in the media space around the bomb squad. What is this bomb squad? And some people thought that you were dreaming about things that are not feasible. I think the bomb squad is here, led by the capable leadership and able leadership of Dr. Snogizi Galala, as announced by the executive man. May I now invite members of the media for questions, clarities. You say your name and the media house that you are from, and then you can pose a question. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Good morning. My name is Sanda Mboleko from the Sunday Times. I've got 3 questions for you, Mr. Mayor. The first is, do you not believe that some of the tasks and the responsibilities of this bomb squad are a duplication of functions that you already have within the municipality? What is to happen to the EDs, the DDs, the HODs who are being paid to do this work that now is going to be supplemented by the capacity you're bringing in? Secondly, how do you plan to integrate the work that is going to be done by the bomb squad alongside the presidential intervention team? And thirdly, will the bomb squad be remunerated for their time and efforts? Thank you very much.
Okay.
Good morning, Alpha. I'm Shona here from Eyewitness News. Just to the last question, is there a budget for the bomb squad and how much is being spent? And what would you say, Mr. Mayor, to critics who say that you're creating unnecessary jobs, for some of your close party colleagues? I mean, like she said, it's a duplication. There are people who are meant to be doing these jobs in the city of Johannesburg. What would you say to that? And is this not an indictment on failures in the city of Johannesburg, both from political leaders and those who administratively run the city? Does it not show your failure to run the city without additional help? I mean, other municipalities are functioning without bomb squads. That's my thanks.
I just want to question Mr. Timothy Bernard from the African News Agency. Mr. Mayor, the lifespan of the bomb squad, how long can we expect to see them around, and what are the final goals?
Okay, we'll do the last for this round.
Simon Majariboli from IOL News. Can you please get an update on the renaming of Santon Drive to Labour Carriers on the English Municipal Presidents?
We had to raise that question. We're busy with the bomb squad when you let issue. No, that's fine. Thank you, colleagues. I think this will be the first round. Mr. Mayor?
Okay. No, good questions, colleagues. And First, let me deal with the fact that there's no budget. The budget of the city was passed. We have passed an 89 billion budget, and the budget is constituted by operational expenditure and capex expenditure of about 8 billion, and the rest is operational. And the budget is supported through three sources, which is one from our own money, which we raise from surpluses of electricity and water and rates and taxes. And secondly, it's supported by loans and borrowings. And lastly, by national grants. So that's what constitute sources that support our budget. There's already budget for operational expenses, which covers the work that the city must do, service delivery, new projects in capex. So there's no budget allocated to the bomb squad. The bomb squad is individuals that have responsibilities in other departments of government or in the private sector, so they are giving their time and expertise free of charge, except that with the head, Mr. Snooki Sigalala, we will allocate, because we want him to be almost at the full-time basis, but it will be a stipend, if you understand it in the context of a stipend. So that's basically what will happen to the team. Secondly, it's not a failure, it's acknowledging the decline that has happened in the city since 2016, and now you want to arrest and change this thing and turn around the city. And if there's resources out there who are saying we'll volunteer our money, our time and resources and expertise to help you turn around, we've acknowledged that we've had a stubborn environment in changing our financial status. Does it require now? We've got at least 3 of the team members who have financial expertise, who we believe that they'll be able to help us turn around the finances of the city, the collection rate of the city, and all other issues that are related to finance, including expenditure and spending. So that is why we believe that this team will then give the necessary support to the current executives, which we do accept that yes, there are limitations, and we have said it constantly that yes, there are gaps. And I also had a meeting with the executives to introduce the bomb squad, which was widely received, and in fact they've received the support because they believe any support brought into the city to help turn around the narrative is important, and it will help them moving forward. We've also had a mayoral committee where we've introduced the bomb squad, which was fully supported by members of the mayoral committee, and they've also made some other recommendations on the names that we have seen. So it's a collective ownership of the mayoral committee. It is not a duplication, it's more of a support where there are gaps and weaknesses. We don't have time. We believe in the next year or so, we should have turned around this thing. From a financial point of view, we must turn it around so that by the time June 2026 comes, we should leave a surplus of just around 5 billion to indicate that in essence, we have turned around the finances of the city. 2, we have made a commitment to grow the economy of Johannesburg with another 1% to 3% by in the next 5 years. It requires that those that will be focusing on economic growth will then help us to put in place levers that will help us to get to that 3% growth. So it's not a duplication, it's support. And remember, these are individuals who are not employed by the city, but they're employed somewhere. They're just saying we are here to give support, to give our expertise. Probably they'll be here once or twice a week, depending, and intervening and advising and sharing with the executives that and most of them do have institutional memory of the city. Some of them were there in 2000 when we're going to Goli 2000, when the city had almost similar challenges that it's facing today. So it's not a duplication, it's more about support, and we will then look at how we integrate them to be giving that support to the city. I've answered the question on remuneration. Abaholi ababa. Yes, Donald, you're correct. The goals are clear. There's three specific priorities that we're putting in place: bylaw investment and crime prevention, service delivery, and financial sustainability of the city. So those are the three key areas that will be focused on, because we believe once we can address crime prevention, bylaw enforcement, a whole lot of issues will be easy to address, and that is why we have prioritized the three. Leila Khalid, there are discussions between the delegations led by the presidency and the America, and we'll await for direction from our national government and of course the leadership of the ANC. So where we are right now, we'll wait for direction from national government as to what is the final say. The resolution remains in place as resolved by the City of Johannesburg Council that Sandton Drive should be renamed after Leila Khalid. However, you do know that the diplomatic issues that would have arisen as a result of the issues around the relationship between South Africa and the United States of America, and we have allowed that process to continue in the engagement and will then be advised of what is the further steps that the City of Johannesburg should take. So remember, we're a unitary state, so it's important to also acknowledge that whilst we are a different sphere of government, but we are within South Africa and the Constitution of the Republic. So we will get direction soon, and we will announce what should happen. Thank you.
Ulunga has arrived, Mr. Mayor, so you won't have a bite, unfortunately, because ulahlekile like Kliptown. Ngathi iphimvile. This is Kliptown, Lunga from Melancholy and welcome. Yeah.
No, thank you very much.
Yakuzobuza.
Krishna Chairperson, President, how are you?
Thanks.
Look, Mayor, how are you? Mayor, sorry. Mayor, look, the issue of volunteering. I mean, when people volunteer and there's not really a gratification for that. How confident are you that those people are actually going to do the work because they're doing that in their spare time? Isn't this just a side thing that we're doing when they're bored? That's basically where I come from with this. And then the second one, in your speech, you spoke a lot about dealing with crime in the city, saying half the issues of Joburg, if you cancel crime, they are going to be eliminated. But from what the reflection of the budget by the MMC didn't reflect necessarily to say you're going to be putting a lot of money into that. Can you also just speak on that? And then lastly, your move to change managers and officials in your MMC positions. Can you give us a clue to say who are you going to be moving where and when is that going to happen? Thank you very much.
No, that's fine. Let's allow the president to respond on this voluntarily and how confident I am. It's them who will be coming in voluntarily. Maybe let's allow Mr. Snooky to respond.
Yeah, good morning, comrades, members of the media. Yeah, well, we are volunteering, as the executive mayor said, to make sure that we bring credibility, especially to the city, and make sure that the city functions. Because for us, as stalwarts, we cannot sit back when we see things are collapsing. That's our main job, of course. That is why we are renewing the organization, the ANC. That's why we want to renew the city itself in all the provinces to make sure that what we said will deliver to society must be delivered. Because we are coming from the organization I'm coming from, we said people are our fortress, or people are our forest, in a sense that we lived with people and want our councillors to be held responsible for ensuring that the needs of our people are adhered to, that our people should live in clean environment, secure environment, and that they should feel that they are part and parcel of the citizens of South Africa, the whole of South Africa. In all the provinces, we're making sure all veterans who are available who have skills, who have competencies, they must involve themselves in revitalizing their municipalities. That's a role that we're playing as veterans. We can't sit back and allow things to collapse at all. We can't do that.
Yeah, and just to indicate that the individuals that we're talking about, we've had conversations over a year now, and some of them have been saying that, look, we've got time, we want to contribute our time to Johannesburg. We've got skills, we've got expertise, and some of them have been saying we have institutional knowledge. We can help turn around this thing. We've got time, we've got resources, we've got expertise. So indeed, they will contribute. These people who are activists. Two is Joburgers who are saying, this is our city, we're jealous of our city, and we want to contribute at no cost to you. We'll bring our time, we'll bring our expertise. All what we need from you, it's a platform to be able to engage so that our ideas and expertise are utilized by the city administration and the political leadership. So that's the commitment they have given. They are fine somewhere, they are sorted somewhere, they've got their own income, they've got everything. They have no issue, except the issue that they have is to contribute towards growing Johannesburg. Yes, we made a commitment, the budget. As you know that once you pass a budget, the budget will always have competing needs, and you try to balance everyone in the dealing with the budget. So what we have put now, we believe it will help us towards addressing issues around crime and bylaw enforcement, but we're also saying we need to leverage from the contracts that we have signed between ourselves and the National Minister of Police or the security cluster, which intends to help us to deal with issues around crime. So we've entered into those agreements. By last year, December, we signed with the Minister of Police, and just a month ago, we signed a provincial agreement with all other law enforcement agencies in the municipality so that we can support each other on particular projects. So we believe in that area. Yes, the money might not be as sufficient as we wanted, but we think it's enough. All what we need to do is to leverage and take advantage of other law enforcement agencies to help us in the fight against crime. We are going to announce once we're ready. There are certain processes that we are currently undergoing in terms of rotation of the mayoral committee and rotation of the administration. And once we are ready, again, we'll convene this type of a press conference where we will brief you on how we are approaching this thing and how we are implementing. Yes, it has been discussed in the mayoral committee, and the mayoral committee members has accepted, and they believe it's an important thing to do if we need to strengthen, and they will give they've given their blessings to the executive mayor. We've done the same process with the administration. We have engaged them, and in fact, in the next week or two, I will also be engaging them on a discussion from the decisions we made at the mayoral Cllr in November. How do we turn around things and how to implement those decisions, which would also impact on the rotation, and we will announce it as we move along.